France, 1789. Dear Diary, today was not a good day. Dad says France is in a lot of economic trouble. You see, if the economy was good, then France would be rich. Most of the people would have good jobs. But instead, France owes money to other countries. Too many of the people are poor and can barely afford to buy food or clothing. You see, everybody in France belongs to a group called an estate. Priests and people who work for the church go in the first estate. Kings, princes, and other royals belong to the second estate. I belong to the third estate, where everyone else is also placed. We're the only estate who pays taxes, even though most of us are poor. We pay almost half our income in taxes to the king in France. But it's not enough. If France doesn't find a way to make more money soon, then other countries might try to invade France and make us their slaves. Dear Diary, today the king, Louis XVI, asked everybody from all estates to pay taxes. The aristocrats, or wealthy people, did not want to let King Louis tax them. They forced the king to call a meeting of representatives from all of France. People will vote at the meeting on whether or not the king can tax the first and second estates. Dad is going to the meeting as well. He says somebody needs to stand up for the third estate. Dear Diary, the government meeting did not go as planned. After nobody could agree, the 30 state representatives joined together and renamed themselves the National Assembly. Then they left the meeting hall and walked over to a nearby tennis court. I don't know why in the world they decided to meet up at a tennis court. I think it was the only place big enough. There, Dad and a whole bunch of other men signed an agreement called the Tennis Court Oath. They didn't just want the rich to pay taxes anymore. They want a constitution to be written up. This constitution would lay down rules to make everybody equal. No more taxes being paid by only the poor, or being treated bad just because your parents weren't rich. Dear Diary, today Dad came home and taught us a new word. It's revolution. The advisors to the king told him he needed to defend himself from the National Assembly. He ordered almost 20,000 soldiers to come to Paris. Dad refuses to leave the National Assembly, even though they might end up fighting the king's soldiers. I ask God every night to protect him. Dear Diary, they attacked the prison. Men from the third estate. They stormed the prison at Bastille. There were people locked up in the Bastille for opposing the king. But the Parisians attacked it and set them free. They stole guns and ammunition to protect themselves, in case the king strikes back. Dear Diary, the king and the estates have finally come to an agreement. The rich people forgave the debts of the poor, and a document called the Declaration of the Rights of Man and Citizen was written up. France is now free to make a new government with representatives from all estates, where everyone can finally work towards becoming equal.